Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello viewers and a pleasant welcome to this episode of Situation Report on Light TV. Situation Report brings you 30 minutes in-depth analysis about major current happenings in Monrovia and its environs. My name is Yekezi Zobel, your anchor of this program, and major stories we're following today say President George Weah mandates the Monrovia City Corporation and the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection to jointly stir a committee to democratically decide upon this year's Independence Day orator. Internews organizes a one-day Liberia media development program in Monrovia, and concerned citizens of Liberia continue on demonstration for LRA's Commissioner General to step down as hot-turning aspires. We bring you all of these latest developments, plus so much more. Again, I'm Yekezi Zobel, asking you to please invite someone to view along as we take this information. So be right back.
Audio Jungle.
A pleasant welcome back to the program. Straight into our developments, the Monrovia City Corporation and the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection have been mandated by President George Weah to jointly stir a committee to democratically decide upon this year's July 26 celebration orator. The two institutions Thursday held a joint press conference in Monrovia explaining how the president's mandate will be implemented.
That every year, July 26th is set aside to celebrate our independence, which was gained in 1847. And normally, the president would designate someone who will serve as the auditor to deliver the oration. But this year, our president have said no. I feel just designating people who are opportune and they are up there, they have that class, and everybody else know them, they have a name. It's not enough. I had a skill. I used to play football, but I was down in the community, in a slum. Nobody could identify me, but I was there. I was a star. I was a gold. I was a diamond. No one knew that I was there. So I think just designating people who are already made should not be what we should do. You go out there. You discover something, you explore. Liberians are so talented. Liberians are so brilliant. There will be a new voice. Discover that new voice. So we quickly set up this committee headed by Gender and the MCC. And the way we want to do it, we want it to be so transparent. We want it to be crystal. You can stand from any angle and see the fairness in it. We don't want people saying the person they selected is a sedition, the person they selected is Jefferson's friend, is Mamina's friend, is this person, is that person. So we said, we're opening it up to the general public. We call you guys here today announcing it so that everybody across the length and breadth of Liberia and even in the diaspora will know that there is an opening for a young person to serve as the orator of this year's July 26th celebration.
Well, for his part, Monrovia City Mayor Jefferson Koje promised not to influence the process, but said he will be glad if a sedition is selected.
Clarity. And I heard the assistant minister saying, we have to say sedition. Sedition are Liberian. And if you ask me, I would be very glad to have a sedition. Sedition are Liberian, so don't be deterred about that. And to think that you put people in one category. So let me say that categorically clear, that seditions are Liberian. So if a sedition is qualified and has the requisite talent to be the orator, I would be grateful and gracious. In fact, I would stimulate those young brilliant seditionists and ask them, make a trial. And you have my unquestionable support to do that. And thank you very much. Yeah, thank you the fact that she have said the post. So the process will be this. One thing we want to do is that what will be done in the past will not be perpetrated. We have come to change that paradigm. And let me, for clarity, and I heard the assistant minister saying, now to say sedition. Sedition are Liberian. And if you ask me, I would be very glad to have a sedition. Sedition are Liberian, so don't be deterred about that. And to think that you put people in one category. So let me say that categorically clear, that sedition are Liberian. So if a sedition is qualified and has the requisite talent to be the orator, I would be grateful and gracious. In fact, I would stimulate those young brilliant seditionists and ask them, make a trial. And you have my unquestionable support to do that. And thank you very much. Yeah, thank you the fact that she have said the post. So the process will be there. The only thing we want to do is that what will be done in the past.
Well, Mayor Koji also used the occasion to thank all those who prayed for him, that's for his recovery following his involvement in a vehicle accident while on an official trip to Bangabon County.
Those of you who pray for me. Now, many of the witness, I heard you guys send me all those pleasantry messages people sending me. I'm like, oh, I never knew that I was that important to people. But you don't know. I never knew that. Because I just used to people blending and say, Koji is what's it? They say the man wear bow tie, the man violent, the man XYZ. But little did I know that people in their respective corners, share. They share their own respect for you. And most especially the religious community, the Muslim community, I want to say, my email has been flooded with messages from across the world. So I begin to realize another Koji. I thought I was just a person where normally when the media people, I'm a good man for New Dawn. What a guy, yeah? Debo. Yeah, Debo may all believe that we just, nobody get interested in us. But little did I know that the Liberian people do appreciate our work. And let me say to young people, don't want instant gratification. The masses, the true masses of our people knows you. They appreciate you. I got down this morning, it was looking like a miracle. I just got down this morning, I want to have the barb of hair. And somebody identified me and said, Koji, the whole place got flooded. Tears came down from my eyes. And I saw the ordinary people were running and say, thank God for your life.
Well, Internews with funding from USAID Thursday organized a one-day Liberia Media Development Program in Monrovia. The program aims to enable Liberian leading media agencies to present marketing packages incorporating the Geopool ratings data to leading business and government leaders in order to increase business partnerships between Liberian media and the business sector to build business success. It was also attended by members of the media, government officials, USAID Liberian Mission Director and others. The Minister of Commerce and Industry, Wilson Tapper, was selected by the organizers to deliver the keynote address of the program, and he spoke on the theme, integrating the media and business communities in Liberia for mutual benefits.
Media provides the opportunity for brands to inform their consumers, attract businesses, and promote their sales. It is now left with the model that usually come in place for this to happen would be is a gathering of both business and media for them to understand one another. In order for the media to be able to do its work and interact with the business community, it must know the business, it must know the nature of what it does, it must know those things that are important to the businesses, and project itself as to meeting the needs of the business environment so that when it comes, or create the possibility by telling, say, company B that I can do this for you, and when I do this, your overall image will improve and your sales will improve. Because in all of this, the most important cross-cutting theme is that the profitability to the both of them. The business must benefit in terms of an improved image and improved bottom line, and of course the media must also see its bottom line getting better. Of course, not at the risk of reputational risk. In order for this to happen, the media must also know when to sell, what to sell, and where to sell it. And if these questions are answered, then it must pay attention to the most important asset of the media, which in my layman view is the quality of people who work with the media, the institution, the people who will work with the institution, because a good reputation cannot be quantified in dollars and cents. Here in Liberia, we have a challenge in the media, and the challenge is the quality of our young people, the quality of the staff that work with the media houses. They need to understand what these houses do. They need to understand what the business of these the nature of these entities. It is only then when you understand the nature of the businesses that you can present a workable proposal to a business entity regarding what you can do for it as a media house.
Well, speaking further, Minister Tabet promised the government's commitment in working with the media.
For us, we think that as a government, we will work with the media. We know the media is a business, and a business can only survive when you pay your debt to it. In my last presentation 2 years ago, we're talking about how the government strangulated the media houses. We can say that that situation is going to be improved. And we're talking about strangulation, you're talking about owing media houses, large amounts over a prolonged period of time. Some people can afford a receivable of $10,000 for 9 months. There are media houses in this country who cannot afford a $2,000 receivable for 1 month. And we have to be able to do that. As a government, we must be able to pay our debts on time so that the media houses can strive. We also believe that an entity, an intervention, or project like Internews is a very important intervention that we believe that works with our Pro agenda. By the intervention, by your work with the media, we believe you provide the possibility for knowledge sharing, which will help us in propelling our objective of the Pro agenda as a government. We see that businesses in Liberia are reducing their advertisement, and that reflects the difficult economic situation. But we think that the businesses that we have in this country should do more.
While also speaking at the Liberian Media Development Program, USAID Liberian Mission Director Anthony Chan emphasized the significance of Liberian media economic sustainability.
It's an honor for me to be here among such an influential group of media, business, and government professionals. I'd like to recognize, as I mentioned before, the Liberia Media Development Program implemented by Internews and its partners Geopol and the Liberia Media Center. Understanding how data can shape more cost-effective and impactful media-based marketing is important, as you know, better than me, to any media's professional planning. And the LMD program is helping to ensure that rising media professionals in Liberia understand and can take advantage of that nexus. Market data should drive more effective partnerships between the media, private, and public sector organizations. Building these types of partnerships is really at the heart of our administrator's Mark Green ambition of supporting Liberia's development in what we at USAID commonly call the journey to self-reliance. This journey is about seeking sustainable, market-driven solutions to development challenges and effectively ending the need for foreign assistance. One such development challenge is sustaining independent, professional, and credible media by creating meaningful and profitable partnerships. Through its support to the Liberia Media Development Activity, USAID seeks to broadly increase citizens' access to independent and reliable information and to empower them to engage in well-informed public discussions. This initiative also aims to equip and empower local independent media with improved information, technologies, professional skills, and standards. But the intention behind this activity is much more than that. It's about building the ability of Liberian media to sustain itself and its independence by generating multiple sources of income through partnerships with government and business. The Media Market Forum is an important contributor to this process by equipping media with data about who is in its audience, when they consume information, and what their preferences are. Maybe more effective evidence-based media marketing packages can be developed for business and government customers.
Well, if you just joined us, it's a reminder that you view a situation report on Live TV. It's 30 minutes in-depth analysis about major current issues in Monrovia and its environs. My name is Yekezi Zobel, your anchor, and top stories we following today say President George Weah mandates the Monrovia City Corporation and the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection to jointly stir a committee to democratically decide upon this year's Independence Day orator. Internews organizes a one-day Liberian media development program in Monrovia, and concerned citizens of Liberia continue demonstration for LRA's Commissioner General to step down as her tenure expires. At this juncture, I would like to take a break to be right back with you with the rest of our developments.
Audio Jungle.
A pleasant welcome back to the program, and thanks for rejoining us. A group of Liberians under the banner Concerned Citizens of Liberia are demanding the Liberia Revenue Authority LRA Commissioner General Elfrida Tama to leave office as her term expired. The citizens since Monday began a daily assembly before the ministry, calling the president's attention to the issue. The head of the Concerned Citizens is Richard Hodder and spoke to Situation Report.
If somebody just brought for you, say, okay, because you intervene and dismiss you, with no cost, you will go, some people, they have the strength for it to live where, but others don't have. Quite recently, when she dismissed about 20% from the Liberia Revenue Authority, they took a case to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court mandated her to go back into the to the office to start from status quo ante to reinstate the people. Since then, Malatama refused deliberately to reinstate those people. If you think we're lying, go and ask Councillor Tiawonglo Gonglo. Gonglo is the legal counsel for them. This Elfrida Tama, 100% of revenue, 60% for the government, 40% in your pocket. This Elfrida Tama, hey, the records are coming. The records are there. This Elfrida Tama, we have 76 border entry points in this country, but we do not cover the Liberia Revenue Authority, who is generating out of our money for the government. We do not cover up to 15. The rest of them are empty. The rest of them are empty because of our own wickedness. This Elfrida Tama, she quoted and I quote her. She said on the cabinet once, but then when we were forming the Liberia Revenue Authority, that my late father, Frank Stewart, was being placed on a power came by native people, so I hate native people. This Elfrida Tama, she went, she told her she made less than 30%. Other people took one from University Liberia, other University. They told us for Liberia 85%, she said they adore. Tell me, look, on a very professional note, if you are telling you a lot, the best thing you can do as a professional is to disengage, to resign if the person see the need. To look at the business people. So if you stay there, the money will pay off. The government will probably pay that.
Well, Hodder speaking further said that they are going to order citizen arrest against Madam Elfrida Tama if she refuses to resign or leave power.
Team, Malatama must leave. We declare Malatama as president non grata. Comment boom. And the time Malantama continued going out bidding, she operated illegally. We was for a citizen arrest on. We have the right to do it, and we will do it. So the president, after we assembled this morning, we came here again so that the president can know that we are serious. The chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, that is Morake Molu, spoke to us to this embassy so that at least we can see. But he told that you're going to get back to us from Friday to Saturday. Same Friday, we were told that in travel, he left his country. The legislator invited Malantama months ago. She was to appear on that Tuesday to get account of the 600,000. She has not given account of that money. Guess what happened? Malantama took up a bag. She was to RIA when she called the national legislature and said, I'm traveling. It was a disrespect to the national legislature. She tell a process. You cannot send a process when you have when public account call to hear a national issue. You should write a return letter to tell you how defiant, how unlawful Malantama is. But if you think we're lying because you will say, or from speculation of rumor that people pay us, I don't know. Go and go check. Now, Oliver Roger, the Commissioner General for Administration, resigned. Instead of the bill, go and do a background investigation. Darlington has resigned. She sees the letter of those people and sent Darlington as a confidant to Senegal on taxpayer money to go and go rest, to avoid the whole thing. Because Darlington say, me, I don't want noise. So we are saying, we want for the woman who have 40 demon living.
The Supreme Court of Liberia Tuesday announced the retirement of Associate Justice Philip Banks in keeping with constitutional provision having served for 8 years on the bench. Article 72B of the Liberian Constitution provides that the Chief Justice and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court and judges of the subordinate courts of record shall be retired at the age of 70. Banks, the oldest member of the court who turned 70 on Tuesday, according to Chief Justice Francis Kopol, is required to continue in office until the end of June this year. Well, if you just join us, this I would like to climax this episode of Situation Report. But before leaving, let's recap major stories we've been pursuing today. President George Weah mandates the Monrovia City Corporation and the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection to jointly stir a committee to democratically decide upon this year's Independence Day orator. Internews organizes a one-day Liberia media development program in Monrovia, and citizens of Liberia continue demonstration for LRA's Commissioner General to step down as her tenure expires. Many thanks for your viewing role, and thanks to all of our reporters, editors, and all those who contributed to making this episode of Situation Report a success. For more news and information on Light TV, you can log on to www.lighttfonline.com, or better still, find us on YouTube at Light Communications Investment. I'm Yekezi Zobel. Have a good time.